Yo! What's happening, people? This is Wandergasm. Today I'm in Toronto and I decided that after a lot of you have been asking me this for quite a while now, I'm going to start doing some Instagram and photography tips videos. Now, you might have noticed that over the past maybe like few months, year, Instagram has been introducing a ton of new features. Now, while some of them may be a little bit confusing at first, getting to know how to use them is a really good way to get your content pushed to the top of people's feeds. So today, I'm going to give you guys 4 different ways to use the brand new Instagram albums feature. Let's get into it. So the albums feature basically allows you to upload multiple posts as a single post, if that makes sense. So you can use up to 10 photos, videos, or boomerangs as a single post, and people are allowed to swipe across and view each one in one posting. So let's get into some ways to use it. So first up, and personally my favorite way to use this feature, obviously as someone who posts a lot of landscapes, and that is to split panoramic or super wide angle shots into 2 or 3 separate photographs and then post them as an album. But why would you do that? Well, basically, if you crop it correctly, what it means is that you get the whole photo split into 2 or 3 different swipes, but it's still kind of merged into one, so it just lets you have one continuous long photo that people can swipe along and view. And I personally think it looks pretty sick if you do it right. I've got an example on my feed which I can put up now, maybe. None of you can see that, but that's how I used it. And it's really simple to do this. All you need to do is crop the photo into 2 or 3 square cropped images, so a ratio of 1 to 1. And when you do crop it, you want to make sure that the crop lines between each square are in exactly the same place. So that means if you cut the first square, say, halfway through a building, when you crop the next square, make sure that the crop line on the left hand side is in exactly the same, I can't speak. Make sure that the crop line on the left hand side is exactly the same space as the crop line on the right hand side for the first crop. That sounds really confusing, but it makes sense when you try to do it. Now, Instagram, as far as I know, won't let you crop the same image and post it multiple times in one album. So what you have to do is use an app like Photoshop, maybe do it in Lightroom. I use Photoshop personally. There's plenty of other apps out there you can use. Anything that allows you to crop an image and then save it as a separate file. So you just go into the crop tool on Photoshop, you can set it to a 1:1 ratio, so it's perfectly square, and then just set it to crop how you like. Just remember to make sure you split it so that it's one seamless image when they're all placed next to each other. Honestly, it's a great way to share landscapes that are quite wide, and if you post them as a single, you know, sort of wide shot on Instagram, you might lose some of the effect of it, just like this one here. So yeah, split your shots into panoramics. Tip number 2, an example of where you might use the album feature in a different way is, say you've been out to shoot some lifestyle shots or portrait shots, or had someone shoot them for you, and you're wearing the same outfit, they're all in the same location, but you really like more than one of the posts. So instead of having to choose one and just share that, why not pick a bunch of the ones you like and share them as an album? So this stops you from clogging up your feed with similar looking posts, and also puts all the cool stuff into one spot, you know, for people to appreciate. This gives the people who are following you a variety of shots to look at, gives you an excuse to use the album feature, just makes things a whole lot more fun, right? So say I went out and shot in this t-shirt, right? It's a cool t-shirt, but I don't want to have 4 different posts from that same outfit and same location spread out over a week or 2, because people will sit and be like, why is this guy keep posting this? Put it in an album. That's exactly what I'd use it for. An album. Do it. Tip number 3 for using the album, or a way to use the album. Get really creative with it. Get really creative, and you can tell a mini story within an album, right? So remember, this feature allows you to upload photos, videos, and boomerangs. This opens up the door for a whole lot of fun, creativity, whatever you want to call it. Say for example, I was traveling from Toronto and I was driving to Banff. I would take a bunch of videos, photos, boomerangs on that journey, and then I could turn it into like a mini kind of video sort of vlog thing, right? So start the album off with a photo packing the car. Second shot, maybe like a time lapse of the car driving from one spot to another on the way. Third shot, a boomerang of us doing something fun outside the car. Number 4, some posts along the way, like landscapes. You know, just fill the album up with interesting content and mix up the style of content, video, photo, boomerang, and you could create a really cool album that people want to look through over and over again. Like, that's maybe something that I'll try and do in the future. I haven't done it yet because the feature's only just come out, but give me some time, right? And finally, tip number 4, for a different way to use the album, album. You see all these BuzzFeed type of top 10, top 5 style lists on YouTube. You see like blog posts to do them. Like you're watching one right now, 4 ways to use this new feature, right? Why don't you use Instagram to create top 5 favorite meals at a place or best 5 drinks in an area? You've got 10 photos you can post in this album, right? So you could post 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 product shots or images or flat lays of something you really like and compile it into a list and use the bio to tell a short story, right? Food bloggers, I know you're thinking about this. Either way, it's giving you an option to showcase a whole bunch of different items and link them through an album and a bio. So use that to your advantage, guys. Like, I'm sure you can be creative and think of some cool ways to figure that out. So that's it. I hope you guys found this little list useful. I'm, for one, am going to be trying out all of these as soon as possible and sharing them on my Instagram feed. If you don't follow me on Instagram, there's a little thing in one of these corners. That's what, at Wandergasm. Go find me right now. I post landscapes, portraits, lifestyle stuff, adventures. Make sure if you do use any of these to share them with me. Why don't you like tag me in them on Instagram and I'll have a look and I can like give you guys some feedback maybe if you want. And if you have thought of any other creative ways to use this feature, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll make another one of these if you guys give me some really good suggestions. And yeah, get using those albums, get yourself pushed up by the algorithm and get some more followers and engagement. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Peace! It just makes things a whole much more fun. A whole much more